Well, it's the first farm equipment auction of 2025, at least the first one that I'm attending. There's another one coming up in another month. I might hit that, but I like to come out to these just to see what's going on. I don't really have plans to buy anything, but you just never know what you're going to see. And like I've always said, I love coming to these auctions because it's really just a piece of Americana. It's really a fun thing just to watch. So if you have an auction in your area, you ought to check it out. Thanks a bunch. All right, I've got my bidder number just in case I see something that I can't live without. Where to start?
$6.07, $6.07, $6.07, $6. What's that? $6.91, $6.91, $6.91 to buy.
I'll tell you, every time I come here, I start thinking about all the things I have laying around the farm that I should bring out here to sell, because you can sell anything here. Looks like some old pin-on bucket attachments for people who regretted their decision not to get the SSQA. Guessing that's what that is. Looks to me like there are a lot fewer tractors for sale this year. Maybe people are just keeping their equipment longer, but I think in years past there were at least a couple rows there. And then of course here there's trucks and other vehicles that are always for sale. And there's a good 2 or 3 rows of trucks and vehicles. These Fords have always been my favorite design of a truck. I remember when they first came out, I guess it was in the early 80s, and I just loved that design. I don't know what it is, but it's just the coolest looking design, and I'd like to have one just because I like the way it looks. Now this is an experienced auction seller. Look what they did here. They actually put aircraft cable around the steering column through the key, so you can't take the key or can't lose the key. That is smart, and it's crimped on there, so you got to really cut that aircraft cable to get the key out. I actually bet that the Ranger would probably sell really well at a farm sale like this, especially if you put a description down saying how good it runs and everything, but that would probably be a popular item at one of these auctions. This John Deere 4720 is probably the nicest or the most modern tractor here today. Ooh, look at that. Nice and liquidy. What is that, hydraulic oil? Oh, it's just leaking out of that connection there. That's not a big deal. 2006, 58 horsepower, 50 horsepower PTO. That's actually pretty nice. It's definitely got some wet spots all around. Where's that dripping down from? I don't know. Oh, pretty wet under there too. It's a leaker. That's fun. Mac B66. Very cool. What year do you think that is? Just a couple more tractors on this end, but really seems like a limited supply of tractors for sale, and the ones that are for sale are obviously pretty old. That old Ford is really a fun looking one. Looks like somebody spent a lot of time fixing that up. Really nice. I'll always remember the sound of these 2-cylinder John Deeres. You know, when I was a kid, I would wake up in the morning and I would hear the neighbor out in the field He was baling hay with his old John Deere, and it just had that really distinctive putt-putt sound. Now, if you're a good auction attendee, and if the auction is in your area, the thing to do is to come preview the sale, because they open it up usually the week before, or even a couple days before. You can come and check out everything, get your eyes on what you might be looking for. Because if you come to the sale right when it starts, you might miss something. While you're looking at other things, the sale will start. So it's good to kind of preview and make a list, or at least a mental list, of things that you might want to bid on. But in my case, I really don't want anything, but I seem to always walk away with something. I almost bought some of these on Marketplace because they'd be great for firewood too. Probably really no better than the IBC totes, but they're a little lower and a little more compact, I guess. But they're way heavy duty. All right, let's see what's going on down here.
10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 5, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 15 down, 15 down, 10, 15, 10, 15 down, 10 down, 15 down, 20 down, 5 down, 5 down, 5 down, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 35, 35, 35, and 30, 30, 35, 35, and 35, so 30 down to 393, 393.
Too big, too old, too rusty, too heavy, not needed. A couple years ago, I found that 48-inch bush hog, and that turned out to be really a good buy. It was expensive. I paid like over $700 for it, but in the long run, it was definitely worthwhile, and it turned out to be a great piece of equipment. So you don't know what you'll find. A lot of stuff here is for bigger machines, but every now and then you find a little gem. I guess what we can do is take a look at what things are going for to kind of get a gauge. I don't want to say that they're selling junk right now, but that row up there that they're on is kind of a lot of, well, I would call it junk.
10 down and 10, 5 10, 5 down and 10 and 15 and 15, 100 of no hand and 15, 10 and 15. 9 bid, 10 down and 15 down and 15, 20, 20, gotta be 20, gotta be 20, gotta be 20, gotta be 20, 20 down and 15 down 20. 15, you're out. $20, 20 down and 15 down and bid 20, bid 20, sold $15.
I feel like there are definitely fewer items here this year, and I don't know what that means. You know, if I'm thinking deeply about it, like, I guess there's a number of reasons why you would sell something at an auction. First of all, it would be because you just don't need it anymore. And then the other reason would be that maybe you're going to make good money on it because it's a good year to sell things. Or maybe you need money, so you bring it to the auction to sell. So I don't know what this means. You know, if there truly is a reduction in items for sale, I don't know what that means. I don't know if it means that people are doing better and they don't need to sell anything, or if it's they're holding on to things longer because they need to use them and they can't buy new ones. Am I overthinking this? Probably.
200 about 2 and a half. 200 about no hit a hand. $200. 250 down, 50. 200 about no hit a half. Quarter. 2 and a quarter. Quarter. 2 and a quarter. Half. Half. 2 and a half and 75 down. 3. 300 down. 3 and a quarter. Quarter. 3 and a quarter. 3 and a half. 3 and a half. 3 and a half. 75. 375. 350 down. 75 about 350 down. 75. I'm at 350 down. 75 about no hit and 75 and 350 down. 75. 75. Sold $350.
So broken down lawnmowers going for anywhere from $10 to $50 or so, but that's hard to gauge anything there. The dog panels, that seemed like a pretty good price. What the guy pay, $3 something for that? But they're not cheap, so that was a good deal for him. But not, you know, they didn't give it away. Okay, this could give us an idea. This looks like a 12-foot gate, and I see what appears to be the same one on the Tractor Supply site for $139. But I don't know if it's the same one or not. You know, that one looks pretty heavy duty. I'm not really sure what this is offering. but still $139 on Tractor Supply.
121, 121, 121, 121, 120, 130, 130, 130, 130, 130, 130, 130, 130, 130, 130, 130, 130,
120 for that gate. And again, I don't know if that was a good deal or not, because it was $139 on Tractor Supply, but that could have been a heavier gauge gate. They looked exactly the same, but you know, pictures can be deceiving. So there you go, $120 for a 12-foot gate.
Says it runs, boys, 100 bucks. 100 bucks, now half. On the hand down two, 200 of them, two, down, half, 2.5. 200 of them, here, hand, two, 50, 200, give a quarter, 2 1/4, 2 1/4, 2 1/4, 200 of them, straight away at 200, 2 1/4. I'm at 200 1/4, half, 2.5, 225, 50 down, 50, 75, 250 down, 75 of them, 75, you're still out over there, 250, 275, 300 on a 275 on 3, 275 on 300 of them, 3 and 275 of them, 3 and 275 of them, 3 and 3/4, 3 1/4, quarter, 3 1/4, 300 of them, 3 1/4, quarter, 3 1/4. I'm at 300 of them, 3 1/4, 3 1/4, 300 of them, 3 1/4, bit the quarter, so $300. Got a nice Aaron's mower, 2067 there. Says it runs, boy, get 200 of them, bigger on, $200, $100. 100 of them, no hitting, $10, $20, $30, $30, $20, $30, 30, 40, 50, 60, $70, $70, $70, $80, $80, $100, $100, $20, $140, $160, $180, $180, $200, $200, $200, $220, $220, $200 of them, no hitting, 20, 22, $10, $200 of them, no hitting, $10. I'm at 200 of them, no hitting, 10, 200 of them, no hitting, 10, and 10, 20, 220, 230, 220, 30, 30, 40, 230, 40, 40, 40, 230, 40, 50, 50, number 50, 240, number 50, number 50, so $240, 343, 343.
Well, I had my eye on that little Aaron's push mower because our friend Margaret last night said, I want an orange push mower. So that was there, but it was really a heavy duty push mower, and I knew it was pretty valuable, and I was going to bid up to $150 on it, but it took off, and you saw that it went for what, $240? Probably worth it, but at these auctions you don't know why it's here. You don't know if it works. They said it ran, but you know, it's a risk whenever you buy something at an auction. So I would have bid $150 on it, but it never stopped, and I think the guy probably got a good deal if it works.
$20, $30, $40, $50, $60, $60, $70, $70, $60, $70. I'm bid $60, $70, $60, bid no hitting, $70, $60, $60, $70, $70, $70, so $60, 640.
I'm surprised we're not starting to see some of those Chinese mini excavators for sale at these auctions. They've been around for a while. You can buy them new for like, what, $4,000? But I would think we'd start to see some of those for sale pretty soon. There's one of those little Chinese mini excavators, but it is not used. It's actually brand new. They've got another one sitting here too, or another machine, a little stand-on skid steer. Well, I almost didn't come to the auction today, but I thought, you know, it's almost right down the road from where I live, so I should at least see what's going on. I'm going to get out of here for the day. Not really much going on. I've got to get to a friend's 60th birthday party anyway, and I'm still tired from the National Farm Machinery Show that I just got home from last night. So, little preview into the world of farm auctions today. I appreciate you being here. If you've not yet subscribed to the channel on YouTube or followed on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, I invite you to join me. Thanks for being here, and as always, I look forward to seeing you next time. Ford Ranger. Here's a trick for you. Don't park close to the location. Instead, park further away. That way, by the time you walk back to your vehicle, you've kicked off most of the dirt from your shoes. Where did I park?